What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So we're going to start this one off with some unfortunate news from Kamal Elgargni. At just under 3 weeks out from the Olympia, Kamal took to his Instagram to officially announce that he will not be competing in the 2023 Olympia competition. Now, Kamal says in this update that this is due to his brother being diagnosed with sarcoma cancer. He says that he wants to be with his brother, and I really think the bodybuilding world can understand this. And really, family should come first. The stage isn't going anywhere, and even at 51 years old, Kamal will actually be 52 by next year. He's really just an anomaly in the sense that his physique still looks relatively fresh and is still responding. And I mean, you guys, Kamal has nothing left to prove even if he doesn't compete again. He won the 2019 212 Olympia. He won the Masters Olympia competition this year. He clearly still does have the drive to compete, and I hope that we do see him on stage again next year. But for now, he's got to take care of family. You know what though? It actually wouldn't surprise me if we did see Kamal back on stage even before next year's Olympia. So I hope the best for Kamal's brother and for Kamal at this difficult time. Alright, so next up, the classic physique updates keep rolling in, you guys, so I'm gonna roll with it. We have an update here from Wesley Vissers at just under 3 weeks out from his return to the Olympia stage, and this will be Wesley's 5th appearance at the Olympia. And we have been progressively watching Wesley improve, especially over the last 2 seasons. Now, the question for Wesley is if he has a shot at the top 6 this year. Has he improved enough to start making it into that upper echelon of the Olympia placings? And I think this year, he does have a shot. He's bigger, the legs especially have improved, he's been coming in leaner, and as he does embody that golden era of classic physique more than really any other competitor in classic, I think that should be rewarded. There's always been a very fine line that Wesley has had to walk over the course of his professional career. The line between presenting his interpretation of classic physique and what the judges are really looking for out of the champions of the division. Now that Wesley is moving closer to that balance between the two, I think we're going to see Wesley be in that conversation for the top 6 this year. So you guys let me know in the comments below if you think Wesley has a shot at that top 6. Alright, so next up, we have a physique update and a full round of mandatory poses from Urs Kalecinski. Urs was going through the mandatories with fellow German legend and biggest freak of all time, Markus Rühl, where Urs is definitely looking shredded this year, but you can really see the size increase on Urs in this update. I think the arms and the chest especially have come up in size. The midsection is still definitely on point, and I think we are about to see the best version of Urs Kalecinski that we have ever seen on a bodybuilding stage. Now, as I think this is going to be a battle between Urs and Ramon for second place, you could throw Terrence Ruffin in there as well. The question is, has Urs done enough to secure that second place finish at this year's Olympia? And I really think he has. He needed to fill out his frame more to really nail that symmetry aspect. Now combine that with his shape, flow, the X frame, the width from the back, the overall aesthetics, and his presentation. I do think it's going to be a tight battle for the second place finish, but I do think that Urs is in a really, really good spot to take home that second place. Urs has done the work, he's made the improvements, and he is going to be very, very dangerous this year. Now, although I don't think that he can defeat Chris Bumstead, I do think that he can give him a hell of a push. And is he next in line for that classic physique title when Chris does decide to hang it up? Well, you guys let me know in the comments below. Alright, so next up, when it comes to next in line for that open division title, serious conversation has been revolving around the next 2 competitors. And the first is Derek Lunsford. Now, to be the 2023 Mr. Olympia champion, for Derek, this has been his sole focus all year. Derek knew that he needed to increase his overall mass in order to really push his physique to the next level, and he spent the last year doing exactly that. And even at 3 weeks out here, Derek has kept that roundness and fullness to the muscle. But in one sense, this is uncharted territory for Derek. He has never been this big, he's never been this heavy, and he has never had expectations set so high. When you look at other competitors like Hadi Chupin or Nick Walker or Samson Dauda, we'll get to Samson in a minute here, all of these guys have been close to what they weigh now in previous preps. Derek, on the other hand, said that he was only 235 pounds on stage last year. Now, I don't know what he weighs this year. It's fair to say that he weighs more than he did last year, but that could make for an interesting peaking process. I'm not saying that Derek won't nail his peak. I think he will, but it does present an X factor that the other guys really don't have to consider as much. Without a doubt, Hany Rambod has the formula, but could there be even the slightest margin of difference for Derek as he is still growing into the division? I mean, I think it is a consideration. It may not be significant, but it is one difference for Derek as compared to the rest of the competition. And the question still remains, will Derek and Hany have the right formula to take home that Sandow this year? Alright, so like I said, when it comes to that size, when it comes to that mass, Samson has been carrying that mass for the last couple of seasons. And when it comes to that consideration for who the next Mr. Olympia could be, Samson has been increasingly part of that conversation. And we talked about improvements that Derek has made. Well, Samson has made his own set of improvements, and he is more accustomed to having that mass, like I said, which means Milos is more accustomed to peaking him with that increased mass. Samson is without a doubt going to be one of the more imposing physiques on that Olympia stage. And the more I see from him, the more I do think that he has a serious shot at the title this year, more so than what I thought at the start of this prep. I think his back has come up to really be more competitive in the back shots. His X-frame from the back, I think, is one of the best in open bodybuilding right now. And he does still maintain very clean lines and an overall aesthetic flow to his physique. His presentation really allows him to present great overall flow, but with a visual emphasis on the mass that he does carry. It's really part of what sets him apart from the competition. So this battle for the Olympia title, it just seems to be getting tighter and tighter as we draw closer and closer to the show. I'll be working on my Olympia predictions soon, and man, these guys are not going to make it easy. And I think that we are all about to witness history being made as one of the best Olympia lineups that we've seen in quite some time. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.